दिल्ली की लड़कियां जो है वो एक अलग लेवल की होती हैं. I would say yes and no. My parents allowed me to do things which now I would never allow my kids to do at that age.
What are your 2-3 tips for parents of to be teens or young teens?
अच्छा, तू भी फैक्ट्री से है?
Love at first sight. This is love at first sight. So
Um,
today, kind of the hunter has become the hunted. So in our episode number 14, one of the hunters, Manish Chowdhury or Chow, is our guest in episode 14. So now that is an interesting twist of fate, as we call it. And I am Ashish Gokhale, who's just being kind of pulled out of nowhere, along with the guest today, Manish Chaudhary. So welcome Manish, and welcome Manish Miglani to your episode. It's I think it must be strange to invite you and welcome you in your own show, but I have the privilege of doing that. It's like when somebody comes to, I go to their own house and I say, yeah, apna hi ghar samjhiye. That is how it is like, something like it. So welcome. I really you remember Manchao or Chow, which you call is for his line sab moh maya hai. So that is a word line which I have taken from Chow. He used to always say sab moh maya hai. I mean, everything, the way he used to handle stress used to be very cool with this line. So that is what I remember of him, was very smiling. Even he's smiling now. He was exactly the same. It might be any tough paper, placement, result, whatever it is. He will always have that smile and cool persona saying "Sab moh maya hai." And on the and after saying that, he would be cracking all the exams and grades. So that was what really stands in my mind.
I have a lot to add, but I want Chow to give his introduction. How about you tell us, in short, the next 3 minutes, your journey of the last 25 years?
So thanks, guys. So quick overview of the journey after IMB. So I joined ICICI Venture as part of campus placement with the ICICI Group. This was at the height of the dot-com boom. ICICI Venture was among the only one of the very few venture capital players in the country at that time. I was hired primarily to invest in the life sciences industry because of my biotech background and understanding of finance. It was seen as a good combination to play in that industry. During that, so I spent about 2 years there, invested in life sciences, specialty chemicals, biotech. Also did investments in retail, media. Finally, we did a couple of investments in the internet space also. Then I got an opportunity to move to Infosys, where we were setting up a new life sciences practice. So it was an opportunity to actually build a business instead of giving Gyan as an associate in the venture capital organization. So that was a very interesting experience. I was part of the founding team, did everything, as you say, wearing multiple hats: solution development, pre-sales, sales, delivery, consulting, whatever was required to help set up that business. So we did that. I relocated to New York with that in that role. Having spent another year in New York with Infosys, I moved to an Apollo Hospital sister concern based out of New Jersey. Was handling corporate planning and development for them. Did very interesting acquisitions as part of that role, and then spent a lot of time integrating those acquisitions. Very meaty role at that time. One of the things which happened in that was when we acquired a company, so we were about 30 million top line. We acquired another company which was about 80 million in top line, and heavily leveraged acquisition. JP Morgan was one of our private equity investors. They convinced us that yes, you can go with a 7x leverage, no problem. And then you just go public and retire part of the debt and come back to 3.5, and everything will be good. So we went ahead with that. We were about to go public. We had filed DRHP and everything. And that's when the Lehman crisis occurred in 2007 8. And everything went for a toss. So we were close to bankruptcy. Our clients were, some of them went bankrupt, and we were like the last receivable in bottom of the food chain. So very tough 2 years trying to get out of that crisis. We renegotiated the debt and everything, and finally we rebuilt the company and tried to raise additional capital. That did not happen because we had taken on a couple of investors as pre-IPO placement, and they could never get to a positive that same valuation. Finally, we sold that business to Sutherland, and I spent another 9 months transitioning out, and that's when I relocated back to India. Spent some time with a biotech company trying to help set up their operations. It was one of my old portfolio companies which was struggling, and then that was a time when the Indian government announced the new Companies Act. So I was the CEO and CFO for that company, and when they announced that, they made the CFO as the officer in default for any statutory defaults, and we had tons of statutory defaults at that time. And the day the act was notified, the next day I tendered my papers that yes, I can do everything, but I can't go to jail because of what the company is going through.
तो
And
तू भाग गया.
मतलब company did not have the ability to defend me,
Yeah,
so I had no choice.
Yeah.
of course,
And
of course.
yeah, basically spent another, I would say, 5 6 months trying to figure out what I want to do next. I'd already relocated back to India. I had started doing my CFA earlier. The level 3 I had failed twice while I was in US, so I took that time to actually study and appear for level 3 again. And because I had enough time to do that, I managed to pass that time. And over a period, I was talking to a lot of people in the industry. I was also talking to the founder of Tally, and then he convinced me that I should join them and help do some corporate planning activities there. Once I joined, there was a lot of interesting things we did across different initiatives, but I got a chance to lead the education business for them, to build that education business. They were trying to set up a new business, and I got a chance to lead that primarily because one of the things which the founder told me why they chose me is because I had no background in education. So that was their primary driver, that yes, you understand business, but you don't understand this industry. So you can question everything from first principles as to
Yes.
why anything is there. Right?
I
And
I think that's always very important, isn't it? Is because you come with an outside in perspective rather than
yes.
अच्छा ये तो हम we only do like that. Yeah,
So there was
and I know
nothing
we'll
like that that
digress
ये
into
तो ऐसे ही
another
होता है.
episode. But in the previous episode, when we were discussing with Rajesh, that's also one of the beauties of consulting that he was telling us, if you remember.
So that was very interesting. I spent about 3.5 years building that business. A lot of new things I had to do. I had to sell. I had to build partners. There were already existing partners who were very strongly entrenched in the Tally ecosystem. Had to kind of get them along with how we wanted to run things. It was quite interesting. We scaled it to about almost 1.5 2 lakh students a year in terms of selling Tally certifications. We created OEM certifications around Tally and computerized accounting. And as part of that, one of the things which I was dealing with is that just domain knowledge is not enough. There is much more that the students need to learn to actually become productive, become uh, very contributing citizens. And my mandate at Tally did not allow me to do that, in addition to what the domain training in Tally was. And it was one of the things which was at the back of the mind. So that was the genesis of the entrepreneurial journey, that yes, there's something which should be done, can't do in the current role, and
Okay,
hence
ciao.
moved on.
So let's kind of take. I normally don't like to stop anyone talking, but I think this is a very crucial point because this is some aspect which at least I would really want to get into detail maybe later when we talk of your entrepreneurial venture and the issue it tackles and the problem it tries to solve, because that itself is a separate area. So we will come to that. But what really struck me through what all you told just now was your eye for detail. I mean, I never realized this Like you were talking in 2008, JP Morgan, you mentioned 7 and the leverage of 3.5. And I mean, I don't remember in 2008 all these details. So, I mean, your memory and your eye for detail really stands out. You are very, it stands out that you
I have
like to
lived
put
through
your
that,
hands
right?
on.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of embedded in there.
Yeah, so these things are embedded, but what just because a lot of these things which you said again, when you mentioned about the CFO getting a statutory position and issues, it talks a lot about your values. So maybe I would just actually like to rewind quite maybe in your early life. Can you tell us, give a sense of Manchao growing up, his early years? What was he like? What did he do? What were his influences?
Okay. So I don't know if you're aware, but I've been a hostler all my life. I went to hostel when I was five
Hostler,
years
you
old.
mean boarding school? Boarding
Boarding
schooler.
school,
Yes.
boarding.
Yeah. So I went to boarding school when I was five
Oh,
in Upper KG.
Wow. Wow. Five
where was
five
this?
years old, you're away from your parents.
Yes. So my parents were in Raniganj, in about 200 kilometers northwest of Calcutta, and I studied in Pilani in Rajasthan. So everyone around me was a hostler like me because it was fully residential boys' school. My sister was 1 year elder. She was in a corresponding girls' school in Pilani itself, and
So, Chow,
I studied.
tell us, why were you in a hostel at 5? I am struggling right now. My son has gotten into boarding schools, and not just me, my wife, even more than me. We are struggling. Is like, okay, boarding school versus day school. Even if the boarding school are like the top boarding schools in the world, you know what? बच्चे को अभी हम बाहर कैसे भेज सकते हैं? यूनिवर्सिटी तक तो वेट करें. And that's what we are struggling. But you went at 5. 5 में तो मेरी तो मैं पर्सनली बोल रहा हूँ, मेरी तो फट लेती है.
Yeah, I understand, and I think I have said that this to my parents also. Very, I would say, very courageous on their part to let that happen, right?
Did you send
So
any of your kids to boarding school?
no, no, they haven't gone. So I
Neither of them.
think the
You've got
primary
one kid,
difference, I
right?
would say, sorry,
You've got one kid or two?
two boys.
Two boys. And you send neither of them to boarding school.
No,
Okay.
so I was very keen, but I think the primary driver is what kind of educational facilities are around you, are available around you. So at the
Yeah.
place where we used to stay, there were not many good educational options, and both my parents were very very keen that yes, I should get the best education that is possible. And one of the good things about Pilani was that my mom, my mama, all of them had studied in Pilani, so they knew that place very well. So they were all hostlers in their generation, and so my maternal grandfather used to work with the Birlas for a long time, and that's how all his kids got to study in the Birla schools, and that's where they knew that yes, this is a place where we can send them. So
So, what
yeah.
was your? I'm very curious as a 5-year-old going in a hostel. What is your idea of home? Because since your memory is hostel your home, and you feel like a guest in your house when you go back to your parents' place, how does it feel? I'm kind of very curious. Did you feel
So
kind of sometime? Yeah.
so Ashish, basically, we were too small to know and know better, right? But we did have a 1 month and 2 month vacation, 1 month vacation in the winter and 2 months in the summer, and that's when we all got on a train. Actually, changed trains to get to where we used to stay with parents. So that's something. Matlab we still understood that yes, where the parents are is home, and we are in the school. But yes, the school was as home, as much home as it could be,
So,
and made excellent friends there. I would say we are still in touch, even with students who left school in third grade, fourth grade. They are still very close to us. I can pick up the phone and talk to someone who was with me till fourth grade and then went to another school, but I still know him very personally.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine after spending 2 years in IIM, your relationships become so deep. If you have spent so many years in a school with same people. So, I mean, just if you look back, what are maybe someone like Manish, he just said that he is very hesitant in sending. What do you think has this influenced you in your life ahead in terms of positive or negative or both ways? Staying in a resident boarding school since such a young age, how has this influenced your personality or your life ahead?
So I think one of the things which it has helped develop is basically looking at people around you as your primary source of strength, source of companionship, and everything, because they are the only ones who are there. So positive or negative, whatever emotions you are going through, you live with them. So I think both being reserved as well as being able to open up to people around you is something which we developed in that time. I was in that school till 10th. 11th is when I shifted to Delhi. So UKG to 10th was 11 years in Pilani. And Delhi, I didn't get a hostel seat, so it was a very different journey. Stayed in a independent apartment, uh, basically as a PG, 11th and 12th. So very different development of personality in those 2 years from a boys' school. I would say, जो बोलते हैं ना कूप मंडूक, you are in a very contained environment.
No, in fact, if you call that a content, and I was actually thinking exactly the opposite, that you would be in a very open, because I mean, I thought of my thing initially. The first thing which when I went into hostel in IIM was that I have been in a cocoon environment, like in my college. You think you are the king there, or I mean, I was actually not the king, or I was nowhere even there, but you think this is your environment, and I was thinking this is guy is in five. He's staying in this hostel in Pilani where maybe you would have exposure to people from across the country, different languages, maybe even international students. I suspect maybe NRIs would be there. And you're talking of that as a cocoon, then where was I? I mean, now I'm kind of thinking, that if that is
No,
a
so
cocoon
when I
at that
say
age.
uh, as a contained environment, it's basically you had a schedule, right? So you had a schedule right from like 5:30 in the morning till 10:30 in the night. That from this time to this time, this is what you will do, whether it's a weekday or a weekend or everything. So uh, it was very regimented, I would say, as opposed to a college hostel where you enjoy a lot of freedom.
Just on this point, actually interesting, which I've been actually thinking for a long time, is something in your maybe the way me and Migs, I think, and being NRIs can kind of relate the way our kids are growing. So where I am coming is the concept of family. Now you mentioned the concept of your house, your parents. You said you were going for a month to your parents' house, or something similar happens with us. We don't come to our parents' house for a month, maybe week. For Manish, it might be 2 3 weeks. So when I speak to my kids, oh, they think, yeah, they know my parents as family. But what about the extended family? Because your family is not only your parents. So I mean, I was just imagining when you're going back to your house for 1 month. Okay, you're staying with your parents, so that relationship, that bond is there, I suspect. But what about the larger family? Did you feel you were missing out on that? Because it's not only your parents, your cousins, your family friends, XYZ. You can't pack that in 1 month, and because you're going to a place. So it's this is something which I observe with us today, because while we when we go back to India, my kids know, even I can meet my parents, maybe at the max I can meet that uncle who stays close. But what I really miss is that extended family, the cousins who somebody staying in some other city far away, that just doesn't get captured. So do you think you kind of missed out on that part? Something you relate to?
So I would say yes and no. So yes, I have not been as close to my cousins as I would have been if, let's say, I was staying with my parents. But at the same time, my parents were not staying with any of their siblings. So
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine after spending 2 years in IIM, your relationships become so deep. If you have spent so many years in a school with same people. So, I mean, just if you look back, what are maybe someone like Manish, he just said that he is very hesitant in sending. What do you think has this influenced you in your life ahead in terms of positive or negative or both ways? Staying in a resident boarding school since such a young age, How has this influenced your personality or your life ahead?
Senior primary, one of them is about to go into secondary. To have, even though we are far apart, to get them connected to their cousins and second cousins and all that. But when I relate back, when I was 12 years old or 14 years old, living in the same city, living in the same, sometimes with some people, same 5 kilometer radius, I didn't want to see them. For me, I had a different world. So now I don't know whether that's true for everyone, but I think there's like a teenage thing that people
Hmm.
go through. Is
Right.
like, I mean, at some point you just say, okay, whatever my parents are saying, buzz it.
Yeah. And as a parent, I'm going through that right now. I have a teen. My younger
So
one is
how old are your kids, Chow?
so my younger one is 16. The elder one is 19.
You're going through it right now. I thought you
Yes.
would be over that like
No,
5 years ago or 8 years ago.
no, no. It's that process is ongoing.
So kids, Chow, since you're on 16, how were you as a teenager? What did you do? What did you like? What was you? Were you like your rebelliant teenager? Because from your personality, it doesn't come like you would be telling back, answering your parents or somebody who's giving
No,
it back
so
to them.
And Chow, I want to add one more thing in the whole in that question itself, not as a separate question, is because your kids are not kids, and you were a boarding kid. How do you compare that behavior?
okay. So let me answer Ashish's question first. So as a teenager, I didn't kind of need to fight with my parents because I wasn't staying with them. I never stayed with them, and the only duration 1 month, 2 months that I got to stay with them was uh, too little to actually create the kind of conflicts which otherwise occur. One of the things which has happened is I got a lot of independence. So when I look back, my parents allowed me to do things which now I would never allow my kids to do at that age. Right.
Like,
So when I was moving to Delhi after 10th, right? So I decided that yes, I want to change schools. I want to move to Delhi primarily because my school in Pilani was very, I would say, board oriented rather than entrance exam oriented, so to say. And I wanted to move to a school where there was better climate for entrance exams. And my parents were like, okay, ठीक है, देखो कहाँ जाना है. So I came to Delhi. I had a cousin who was a young doctor at that time, and with him, I asked them, okay, which are the good schools, and then 3 days I was roaming around Delhi in an auto, going to every school, trying to collect admission forms that I want to get an admission, give me form. So I went to
Oh,
DPS, Modern School, Army Public
this
School,
was like what, after 10th?
after 10th. Okay, before the board exam results came,
So
but
Chow,
after
you're
the
trying
10th.
to tell us कि Indian parents, typical impression of Indian parents is कि बेटा ये कर लो, अब तो ये पक्का कर लो, और इस IIT के JEE कर लो, उसके बाद ये कर लो. And you're trying to tell us, my parents said कि बेटा तुम वहीं पे रह लो, and you were the one going in an ऑटो में ढूंढ ढूंढ के स्कूल ढूंढ रहा था. सीरियसली यार, मतलब 10th में तो तू दोस्तों के साथ बियर पी रहा होगा पक्का. अभी अभी बोल रहा है, अभी जस्ट सो योर किड्स कैन हियर यू.
No, no. So, when I look back, I find it very strange that it happened. But I'll tell you, when I first came to Delhi, I was such a novice in terms of street smartness or anything. So I was going to a friend's place in Saranpur after my board exams, and he and I took a bus into Delhi from Jaipur, and we had to change the bus at ISBT. We did not know Delhi is how big and so on. So we got down at Dola Kuan because he said Delhi, Delhi, Dola Kuan. We got down at Dola Kuan. And then we took an auto to ISBT where the bus itself was going to ISBT. And the auto wala was like at 5 in the morning. He was like, okay, I've got good bakras. Let me show them all around the city.
आई एम श्योर वो मीटर से भी नहीं चार्ज कर रहा होगा उस टाइम पर.
पता नहीं क्या था, I don't remember. But then when I thought back, I was like, कि अच्छा हम इतने बेवकूफ थे उस टाइम.
बेवकूफ थे
बट
और
तुम्हारे पास
आई मीन
पैसे भी थे ना उस टाइम पे, यू बोर्डिंग स्कूल रिच किड्स.
नहीं, फिर ऐसा भी नहीं है कि बहुत पैसे थे पास में कुछ भी, बट इट वाज लाइक बिल्कुल ही स्ट्रीट स्मार्टनेस वाज क्लोज टू जीरो, राइट? एंड
बट इसका मतलब आग जबरदस्त लगी थी। आई मीन दैट इज व्हाट आई एम वेरी क्यूरियस कि करना क्या था। आई मीन सो बॉय फ्रॉम 10th व्हाट वर योर ड्रीम्स? सी तुम इतना
हाँ,
दिल्ली आके यू डिड ऑल दिस।
so I wanted to be a
फिर
doctor.
ओके।
So there were two things. So I wanted to study both maths and bio in 11th, 12th, and in my school that was a very difficult combination to deal with. In the whole batch, one or two people took both subjects and then they struggled. So that was one of the things. I wasn't sure whether I want to be a doctor or an engineer, but I was leaning towards doctor because both my parents were doctors, and that's something which continued to interest me.
तो तेरे को
So,
बायो नहीं मिली स्कूल में?
मिली ना, 11th 12th में लिया मैंने मैथ एंड बायो।
अच्छा, बायो मिली, बट यू वांटेड टू बी इंजीनियर।
नहीं नहीं, आई आई वॉज अनडिसाइडेड टिल आई ज्वाइंड आईआईटी कि मेरे को डॉक्टर बनना है, इंजीनियर बनना है।
बट तेरे को ये पता था कि तेरे को अकाउंटेंट बनना है या नहीं बनना है?
नहीं नहीं, वो तो तब तक सोचा ही नहीं था।
I mean, just on this topic, this is again I think a trend if on our generation, doctor or engineer की I am assuming you would be doing well in your school, तो भाई डॉक्टर और इंजीनियर ही बनना है। So I mean ये was it कि accountant या whatever humanities पता ही नहीं क्या है, so कभी सोचा ही नहीं शुरू से ही? maybe it was defaulted कि स्कूल में ये टॉपर बच्चा है तो ये डॉक्टर या इंजीनियर ही बनेगा। How was that कि genuinely you were not interested in accounting like Migza, or you didn't know about accounting? Like for me, for
नहीं,
example,
I knew
when
about
I
it.
was
So in school we had one section of commerce in Pilani also in 11th 12th. So I knew I wanted to become a doctor. As I said, both my parents were doctors. I During my vacation time I used to spend almost the whole daytime in the clinic with them.
उसको बोलते
क्योंकि दोनों,
कंपाउंडर था तू।
हाँ मैं उनका कंपाउंडर था। तो आई डिड एवरीथिंग, यूरिन टेस्ट, ब्लड टेस्ट, giving those small vitamin injections and all kind of stuff, cutting plasters, helping plasters. So my dad is an orthopedic surgeon.
यार इसको हमें वील हैव टू कट दिस, वरना कोई मेडिकल केस हो जाएगा ना, अगर कहीं कि इसने बोला था कि इसने किसी को इंजेक्शन दिया था।
No, but that is something very interesting because recently, even now, someone in our apartment needed help getting an injection every week, and then I volunteered that okay, I can give it. You just get the disposable syringe and all, and then I gave him. He needed to take some vitamin D injections or something for 6 weeks or whatever the duration was. And every week he
like
would come to my house with those with
कब
the
कहाँ
equipment.
कब कहाँ क्या यूज होता है पता नहीं है। So education never goes waste like this.
Exactly, as in once you know how to put a syringe in someone's at the right place,
Yeah,
there are loads of uses
correct.
on that. But तो because यूएस में मेडिकल मैल प्रैक्टिस आई हेयर कि काफी ज्यादा है, तो इस वजह से तो नहीं वापस आया था? वी गेटिंग बैक ऑन ट्रैक इज कि व्हाई डिड यू रिटर्न फ्रॉम द यूएस?
नहीं नहीं, यूएस में तो मेडिकल का काम हम कुछ कर ही नहीं रहे थे, बट मतलब द कंपनी ऑफ कोर्स वाज वर्किंग विद हॉस्पिटल्स एंड एवरीथिंग, बट यस, सो प्राइमरी
सॉरी, वी
रीजन
आर
टू कम
डाइग्रेसिंग।
बैक।
सो हम तेरी 11 12 तक पहुंचे थे, तूने स्कूल ढूंढा खुद जाके ऑटो में बैठकर, तूने स्कूल ढूंढा अपने लिए।
हाँ, तो फिर फाइनली डीपीएस में एडमिशन मिला, प्रोविजनल एडमिशन, कि अच्छा बोर्ड में अच्छा रिजल्ट आएगा तो एडमिशन कंफर्म है। मतलब आफ्टर दैट वी एज अ फैमिली वेंट टू द चार धाम यात्रा एंड ऑल इन उत्तराखंड, एंड
कौन
वन
से
ऑफ
हैं
द
चार
थिंग्स
धाम?
विच, वो गंगोत्री, यमुनोत्री, बद्रीनाथ, केदारनाथ।
तो तू चारों पे गया, सब, ऑल ऑफ यू?
No,
वाओ।
so we all were going, and when we were coming from Kedarnath and going to Badrinath ji, there was news कि CBSE ने रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर कर दिया, एंड देन देर वॉज अ नीड कि अभी जाके रिजल्ट स्कूल से लेके आना है, बिकॉज देर वॉज नो ऑनलाइन रिजल्ट एंड ऑल दैट टाइम, राइट? तो पिलानी जाओ, स्कूल से रिजल्ट लेके लाके दिल्ली में डीपीएस में सबमिट करना है। सो समवेयर बिटवीन केदारनाथ एंड बद्रीनाथ माई पेरेंट्स ड्रॉप्ड मी देयर कि यहाँ से कुछ पता कर ले, दिल्ली की बस मिल जाएगी, वहाँ से पिलानी चला जाना, रिजल्ट लेके आ जाना। दे वेंट ऑन टू बद्रीनाथ जी, ड्रॉप्ड मी देयर कि अच्छा यहाँ से अभी तो चला जा। तो these are experiences which I can't imagine giving my son who is just completed it 10th last year. I
Exactly,
can't.
neither can I. So your parents were like what, very comfortable that you are you can do things yourself, or what was the reason?
हाँ मतलब दे मस्ट हैव बीन कंफर्टेबल, क्योंकि मतलब नहीं तो ऐसे कैसे जाने देंगे. बट
Hmm.
यस, आई ट्रेवल्ड अलोन अर्लियर. After my 8th grade, I came from Nahan in Himachal all the way to Bengal alone in a train. तो
Hmm.
काफ़ी कुछ किया हुआ था वैसे, तो वो कंफर्ट था कि हाँ ठीक है.
So tell me, now I want to ask this particular question. कि ठीक है, your parents were comfortable with you, and those were different times. You should be even more comfortable with your kids. Why aren't you?
The world has changed, and I would say because my
Okay. Before you answer the next part, is yes, the world has changed, but I think the world has changed with the younger generation being more. What's a good word? They can do more
smarter,
things than
yes,
we could. We could
correct,
when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s.
I
that's
think
true.
my view, in fact, is world has changed, but in a way, you are also allowing your kids to do things which maybe when they grow up, they say, "Mera," like for example, having going on social media. I mean, all your
Hmm.
kids, I'm sure, must be on Snapchat, Instagram. You don't know what they're doing on the internet. What
I know.
you
So,
have
so,
kids
so,
on
so that's a
Discord.
separate topic. I'm talking physically. So, getting kids to go to another part of the city on their own at that age, going and letting kids go to like Chow did to a completely different city when he's in like just cross 12th. मैं तो मतलब forget letting my kid. I can't even dream of, and my kids are younger. I can't dream of कि यार मैं दिल्ली भेज दूंगा, and not today's Delhi, in the Delhi that I grew up, which is in the 90s when you went there. मैं तो उस दिल्ली में भी नहीं भेज सकता हूँ अपने बच्चे को अकेले. That's what I'm trying to see कि is it that we have changed?
Yeah, we have changed definitely. We are much more protective of our kids. They, I would say, they have grown up in a bubble, much more comfortable bubble than we have grown up in. And
But चाहो तेरा boarding school से ज्यादा bubble क्या होगा?
no, that's true,
But
and
still
that's
your parents let you go, right?
हाँ मतलब I think part of it also is that because communication channels did not exist,
Hmm.
it was more an FYI types thing कि हाँ अच्छा अभी मैं दिल्ली जा रहा हूँ, because even phones were not so easy then.
तो तू बता के निकल गया. They didn't have the time to contact you before you left.
मतलब अभी ध्यान नहीं
That's
इतना
where I'm
exactly
heading
what
to.
is
That's where I think you're heading to also.
what was the sequence of events, but yes.
Basically तू घर से भाग गया. तू अभी वो polite way में बोल रहा है.
नहीं
Yeah,
but
so I think yeah, so on just on that point, I think वही है कि even we don't do that because one the world has changed. You don't need to do so. Like for example, in today's world, I suspect if you are in Chardham, you can go on the Geo phone, check your results. So you won't need to do that. Your kids now can maybe they will not even ask you. They will be already on their website. They will know क्या करना है. So the output wise, I suspect the result will be same today. If you are going on the Chardham and your kid's result is in Pilani. So it is more that the world has just now the physicalities of the traveling, and this is so that is where I get to. So I think maybe when I grow up, oh my kids, I hope they say कि मेरे बाप ने मुझे Instagram account when I was 12 they allowed me to open. This is something maybe which will be much more, I suspect, becoming more and more unsafe as we go on. Now what we perceive as this is normal, 20 years down the line there will be a lot of restrictions and policing, and because of so the same thing like during your time you could easily travel because your parents also I suspect would be doing the same thing, right? They would be traveling a lot
correct.
physically, so it is the we have changed because the world around us has changed. That's the way I think I look
Yeah,
at it.
and it's also if you look back, for example, at that time when you're traveling, let's say you're going to a new city as a tourist, you never did advance reservations कि अच्छा मैं वहाँ पे इधर रुकूंगा ये वो. You will go there, then there'll be some rickshaw guy or someone from the station who will show you 5 places and you'll choose one of them to stay. It was pre-decided कि हाँ ठीक है उधर जाके जगह मिल जाएगी, ढूंढ लेंगे कुछ. But now it's so unthinkable कि अच्छा if you're going to a different city, you need to exactly know that yes, this is where I'll be staying. It should be reserved in advance. Then you know that okay, you want to land up there. So now if I look back, the kids have seen that life only. I mean that is the normal for them as compared to कि अच्छा वहाँ जाके कैसे ढूंढना है, क्या करना है. A lot of that has changed.
Yeah, so no, so correct. No, so actually now we talked a lot about your journey. We spent a lot of time. Where I want to also link this up is because to what you're doing now. Because when you talk of what was your experience with men, because you have seen, I suspect, the whole grind of getting into the coaching circuit, what they say, a JEE coaching circuit, the entrance exams. You've seen IIT, so you've seen mental health. Maybe you don't, that time you didn't realize this thing of mental health, but what are things you remember about yourself, about what you saw around you in that setup, which I suspect now has become much more competitive, much, whatever you say, better or worse, I suspect, from that angle. So what were your recollections around this whole area at that time, the way you saw it?
So at that time, I would say one of the good things was that there were not too many, I would say, culture of classroom coaching as such. So we used to have these, you might remember Agarwal classes and brilliant tutorials,
Correspondence.
others correspondence courses, right? So that's what we also studied. So I was I decided to appear for both engineering and medical entrance exams. So I was preparing for both, and as
So
part of
Agarwal
that,
had both. I remember Agarwal का engineering और medical दोनों होता था. Did you get a discount for that?
नहीं, अग्रवाल से मैंने इंजीनियरिंग लिया हुआ था और ब्रिलियंट से मेडिकल का मटेरियल लिया हुआ था.
और तू पिलानी से भाग चुका था तो इसलिए तू कोटा भी नहीं गया.
हाँ, कोटा उस टाइम था नहीं ऐसे,
Right.
मतलब इट हैड नॉट एस्टैब्लिश्ड एज अ कोचिंग हब और एनीथिंग.
Right.
बट दिल्ली, मतलब वी, वन ऑफ द थिंग गुड थिंग्स वाज दैट we had a whole two sections in Arkepuram of maths and science students, maths and biology students who
So
were
तब सिर्फ
studying.
only two sections were there.
नहीं, मैथ और बायो के खाली दो थे.
अच्छा.
टोटल 16 sections we had at that time.
16 is what, N और
P,
what?
P तक
6
थे,
P
O
तक
या
थे.
P तक थे,
सिर्फ
हाँ.
P तक थे.
ठीक है. तो it was a huge change. I mean, in Pilani we had 3 sections and that was the whole school. 20-20 जनों के 3 section थे, टोटल 60 बच्चे थे
I
बैच में.
think I think आशीष को बताना चाहिए कि sections P तक what does that mean in terms of number of kids per school. उसका maths क्या चलता है? Just so he knows कि in the gravity of the situation, how
हाँ, so
many kids?
per section we had about 50 kids and 15 to 16, about 800 students in the batch.
In a single school, in a single school, in a single school, in a single class.
Class.
The reason why everyone, including me, from other schools, which we thought were better quality schools, but that's just perception, uh, than DPS, was like, we used to think कि यार ये तो basically JEE की factory है.
So this terminology of factory I came to know after I got into IIT, because then seniors were like, "अच्छा, तू भी factory से है? अच्छा, there were so many people from the factory, right?" But yeah, so I studied for both engineering and medical entrances. And to answer your question, Ashish, there were very few of us who were doing both. So I had friends who were studying for engineering. I had friends who were studying for medical. Saw all their journeys. We were staying outside, as we used to call it, a day boarder, which means you are staying outside in an apartment, but you are still eating the food from the hostel mess. So every meal we'll go into the hostel, have meals there, and come back to wherever we were staying. So there are about 30, 40 of us living that life in the colonies around DPS Arkepuram.
So where were
So,
you, Chow? Where were
नहीं,
you staying?
आरकेपुरम में.
RK Puram
आरकेपुरम,
mein, and which was your go-to food joint, dhaba or whatever?
वो संगम सिनेमा के बाहर ढाबे
Arey,
थे कुछ.
yes, I know. We're probably the same time or maybe a few years after because that was Sangam Cinema के बाजू में also, which we knew कि DPS के बच्चे आते थे because I was in college at that time. तो हम संगम सिनेमा पे मूवी देखने जाते थे. I was in Venki at that time.
हम्म.
So that was our closest Hindi movie cinema.
So being a day boarder allowed us to do all that because we were staying outside with zero restrictions,
Right,
and
right.
we
so,
watched.
Chao, so just how was it living with these 30, 40 people? So, where I was again coming to, was it like this show today in Kota Factory, the frustrations, what they say, I mean, even desperation. Have you seen all that closely? Do you have any kind of anecdotes or anything?
अब
Because
सच
I can
बोलियो,
imagine
अब
it
सच
must
सच
be
बोलियो, you're like
not about.
30 years after that.
हाँ नहीं, तो इफ आई लुक बैक ऐसे कुछ ऐसे स्ट्रेस नहीं लगा कि हाँ पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, बट यस you could see people around you studying in a certain way. You learned from them कि अच्छा ये भी कर रहा है. There was a fairly healthy competition, I would say, कि अच्छा इसने यहाँ तक पढ़ लिया, अभी मेरे को भी यहाँ तक पढ़ना है and so on. तो वो था. और क्योंकि मैं इंजीनियरिंग मेडिकल दोनों दे रहा था, मेरी वाट थोड़ी ज़्यादा लगी हुई थी. So it was, I was trying to catch up on both sides. But मतलब एक ही सब्जेक्ट एक्स्ट्रा था, मैथ्स, वो केमिस्ट्री फिजिक्स तो कॉमन ही होता है.
So I mean, since you are now again, I want to juxtapose it to today. Since you are in that area today, do you think it is all media which is creating it today? It's like really worse, or is it really worse compared to what you saw during your time?
नहीं, so
Is
I
it?
would say it has definitely become worse from when we were studying. A, because the number of people attempting was lesser at our time. Now the number of people attempting for similar number of seats is way higher. That is one thing. The second thing also is you have very few exams now. So in our time, for example, a lot of people who were studying engineering did not actually appear for JEE because they didn't really know about it. They appeared for their state engineering entrance exams, CET, respective CET, and so on. And that was the extent of, not everyone appeared for JEE. Uh, so that difference was there. Yes, now because of the pass rates and everything, it is much more competitive. The coaching culture has increased a lot, so there are students who, even if they don't understand the concepts well, because they have practice, they are still able to get in. And that's one of the things which we hear from IIT professors कि अभी बच्चे आ गए अच्छी रैंक लेके, बट उनको आता नहीं है एक्चुअली. तो that's a common crib we hear from a number of IIT professors. NEET has become extremely competitive. There are about 25 lakh students writing NEET, which is the common medical entrance exam for all seats. And there are less than 1 lakh seats in the country, in the whole country, all medical colleges put together. So
So it is a
you
pure
can,
supply demand.
there is extremely skewed supply and demand. And this 1 lakh seats is including seats in BDS, which is like the second choice dentistry for everyone who wants to become a doctor. So actual MBBS seats are even lesser.
So, here's my question. Uh, since we gave in the late 90s all these engineering exams, Indian population was about 110 crore.
Mhm.
Now it's 150 crore, right? That's a 35% increase in the last 25 years.
Okay.
How many IIT seats have increased in that years?
Yeah, IT seats have
And
increased a lot.
how do you juxtapose the two that competition has increased?
No. So there are two things that have happened. The IIT seats have increased more than the increase in population, if you look at the percentage increase in IIT seats. But the number of people appearing for that has gone up much more.
But the population
Okay.
has not increased by that much. So
Correct.
why has the number of people appearing increased? Is it like that India is getting more smarter, or is it that
Yeah.
India is
So
getting
there
more
is greater awareness of the possibilities. That is one
okay?
part. And the second thing is that the students now start preparing much earlier.
Okay.
So for us, for example, till 10th we didn't even know कि अच्छा IIT की या मेडिकल की तैयारी करनी है, कैसे करनी है. And so on. Now you have students starting 7th grade, 8th grade, undergoing foundation programs, then going through further learning. So by the time they are actually appearing for IIT or medical entrance exam, some of them have been studying for 5 6 years preparing for that exam.
No, and I think
So
Manish, one answer which I have for your question is the emergence of this emerging middle A, B, C category towns. Earlier, maybe this was restricted to maybe kind of a privilege or relatively the privileged class. Now, it's like cricket, right? You have now, earlier, if you see cricket, everybody was from Bombay or maybe
Yeah.
Chennai, these big towns. Now you see people who have stories of truck drivers' kids becoming cricketers, It's all because this ecosystem. Same, I think here now you have these democratization of even the means. Earlier, as Manish Chaudhary said, Agarwal classes. It was not easy for, say, a boy sitting in Balia in UP to get a correspondence course for Agarwal classes. Now with online, it's become so easy to access. So it's much more democratized, and the net has spread
And
wide. I
the
think
awareness is
that is
also
the
so
thing.
much higher. I mean, I'll give an example. So when I got selected at IIT, we had to go to the bank and get the demand draft and all made for the fees. And they were very clear that no, you have to get demand draft from SBI. Okay. So getting work done in SBI was used to be a problem, and finally went there, filled up the form and everything, and told them that okay, it should be made out payable to SBI IIT Delhi branch. Now, when I went to collect the draft, the officer had made it out to SBI IIT Kharagpur branch. Okay, so then I went to him कि this is an error, it should be IIT Delhi. He's like नहीं नहीं आपने फॉर्म में गलत लिख दिया था, IIT तो खड़गपुर में है. He didn't even know that there was an IIT in Delhi. Okay. So he was being helpful to me कि बच्चे ने गलती से दिल्ली लिख दिया,
Kharagpur.
एक्चुअली आईआईटी खड़गपुर में है, तो लेट मी मेक इट करेक्टली फॉर खड़गपुर. एंड देन आई टोल्ड हिम कि नहीं नहीं दिल्ली में भी आईआईटी है. देन ही गॉट हिज बुक ऑफ ऑल ब्रांचेज एंड फाउंड कि अच्छा आईआईटी दिल्ली भी एक ब्रांच है, फिर करेक्ट किया. तो मतलब यू कैन इमेजिन द लेवल ऑफ अवेयरनेस विच एग्जिस्टेड, एंड दीज वर लाइक एक्चुअल सीनियर ऑफिशियल्स इन अ ब्रांच, राइट.
एंड ये कौन से शहर में था?
दिस वाज इन रानीगंज इन वेस्ट बंगाल.
Okay, so उनको खड़गपुर पता था. I mean, I
हाँ, उनको
can
खड़गपुर पता था कि भाई
give them that because I was starting to get agitated and knowing that my dad in his late 60s um, went to IIT Delhi. So दिल्ली में किसी को नहीं पता है कि मतलब किसी को ये शक नहीं है कि IIT Delhi है because IIT Delhi was an institute in itself.
हाँ, सो बेसिकली डीपीएस में तब एंट्रेंस वगैरह दिए. तो दैट वाज अ मेजर, आई वुड से, बिकॉज आई वाज स्टेइंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम अलोन आउटसाइड, मेजर चेंज इन हु आई वाज एज अ पर्सन. तो दिल्ली वाज अ बिग चेंज, राइट. सो आई वाज इन बॉयज हॉस्टल टिल 10th for 11 years, and then I came to Delhi in a co-ed school.
Oh
It
my
was a
God,
major
लड़कियां
change.
मिल गई, लड़कियां आ गई. That's how girls came in your life.
So it was a major change, and even more significant change was that in bio you generally have greater gender ratio tilted towards girls. So in my section we had 15 boys and 35 girls. So imagine that happening to someone who has been in a boys' school till 10th grade.
So what
Uh,
happened?
so
I
काफी.
can't imagine. तू बता यार कैसे imagine करें हम ऐसे?
No, that is what I mean. What happened?
So, no, difficult to imagine here, but yes, it was culturally a major shock for me to even be able to talk in the class, to converse with them, because you know what the language is in a boys' hostel residential school, right? You
नहीं
that
यार
language.
मैं कभी नहीं रहा हूँ बॉय हॉस्टल रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल में. तू बता what was the language?
Man, it was a fair degree of, I would say, curse words as part of your every sentence and so on. So that was.
How you would describe as North Indian language?
So basically, almost every sentence will have some kind of a curse word. So it was like that. And
And Delhi में girls didn't use that in your time?
yeah, they did, but not to that extent.
अच्छा, so उनका हर सेंटेंस में नहीं होता था, हर थर्ड सेंटेंस में होता था.
Third, fourth, whatever. I got kind of called out for that a few times, and then I kind of changed my language. Anyway, long story short, वो काफी cultural shift था for me. And then because we were staying alone outside, we got a chance to roam all around Delhi, become sufficiently street smart to be able to find our way back from anywhere in the city and so on. काफी कुछ सीखा. And of course then IIT was an extension of staying in Delhi, so it was
So
much
just
easier.
on that, Manchao, did you get into both medical and engineering, or this was like a elimination choice that you got into IIT because you didn't get
नहीं
into
नहीं, so
medical?
I
So what was
appeared,
it?
so that time, interestingly, we had multiple entrance exams, right? So you had multiple exams that you could give for engineering, multiple you could give for medical. So I think I gave totally around 15-20 exams like that at that time. Every weekend I was giving 1 or 2 exams. I had domicile in West Bengal and Delhi, so I was able to give West Bengal exams also, Delhi exams also, all the central exams and so on. So sab diya. I got through both medical and engineering.
What was the choice? What was the just because you got into IIT, you took engineering, or what was that? I'm just trying to go into your mind. Why did you choose what you chose?
हाँ, तो मेडिकल में मेरा ये था कि यार मेडिकल करें तो एम्स से करें। एम्स में सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ, तो फिर बाकी जगह सब जगह हो रहा था। फिर आईआईटी में भी हो गया, तो लगा कि अच्छा नहीं, आईआईटी करेंगे, बायोटेक करेंगे, थोड़ा बायो भी करेंगे, टेक भी करेंगे।
So it was
I
more
love it when you
the
said कि IIT में भी हो गया तो IIT ले लिया.
हाँ, मतलब हो गया था दोनों जगह। थैंकफुली गॉड वाज काइंड, गॉट एन ऑप्शन टू चूज whatever stream I wanted to
again.
choose.
Again, the stream was because of your rank, or you chose it proactively. Biotechnology.
No, I chose
Because
it
that's again a
proactively. After that,
very
it was a big drama when I joined कि अरे तूने इस rank पे biotech क्यों लिया? Because after me, the next person who took biotech was about 500 ranks after.
So you would have
So
got some other mechanical or electrical or one of these streams also you could have got.
हाँ हाँ हाँ. So I would have got in Delhi anything other than computer science.
So चाओ मैं तेरे को I've never trained as a shrink or anything. मैं अब बता रहा हूँ मेरा gist of whatever you said in the last half an hour.
बताओ.
You weren't sure about engineering and medical. I think you wanted engineering. मम्मी पापा दोनों डॉक्टर थे तो इसलिए मेडिकल you were trained as you were growing up. तो ठीक है वो कर लिया. फिर उसके बाद you could have gotten anything in engineering, but अब मम्मी पापा को कन्विंस करना कि मैं इंजीनियरिंग कैसे करूं तो
नहीं नहीं,
ठीक है.
ऐसा ऐसा नहीं था. हाँ,
देखो ऐसा इसमें बायो लगा हुआ है, इसमें इसके नाम इस इंजीनियरिंग के नाम में बायो लगा हुआ है. ये देखो ये ऑलमोस्ट मेडिकल है तो इसको ले लेते हैं.
नहीं नहीं. So my parents were not ऐसा कि भाई यहाँ डॉक्टर ही बनना चाहिए या कुछ. So they were quite supportive. I think somewhere at the back of my mind I also felt कि मेडिकल में by the time you actually finish your studies, क्योंकि एमबीबीएस करो, उसके बाद कुछ पीजी करो, रेजिडेंसी करो, सब कुछ करते करते बहुत टाइम तक पढ़ते जा रहे हो. बस कि यार नहीं, इंजीनियरिंग करके अपने फटाफट पढ़ाई ख़त्म करो, आगे बढ़ो.
No, I
So
think or
that
sometimes क्या होता है, we I think give a lot of emphasis on these decisions, because why I was trying to ask is because I'm very interested in this area of why we do what we do, and sometimes we give a lot of so it's post facto it's easy to say मैंने ऐसे किया वैसे किया. For at that time maybe just things happen, right? It might be something
हाँ.
trivial.
So उस टाइम
Maybe
भी
yeah.
थोड़ा समझने की कोशिश की. We didn't have so much internet and everything to research as much कि अच्छा ये क्या है वो क्या है. But yeah, across things it was कि हाँ अच्छा ये करना है, ये नहीं करना है वगैरह. तो और क्लियर कि यार ठीक है, सिविल इंजीनियरिंग नहीं करनी, ये कुछ और ऐसे ऐसे नहीं करना. एंड IIT Delhi had a biotech program. It was an integrated master's program, 5 year. तो वो केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग एंड बायोटेक दोनों चीज़ें साथ में थी.
यार तो 10th के बाद तो दिल्ली रिसर्च करने के लिए पहुंच गया.
नहीं नहीं, दिल्ली तो
मतलब
मैं
that is the best research that internet research will never give you. It won't give our kids. मतलब वो इंटरनेट पे जो भी करेंगे, मतलब you actually saw when you before you went to DPS, right?
हाँ, मतलब went to, so there were like some 7-8 good schools in Delhi, right? And जो पॉपुलर स्कूल्स थे, डीपीएस, मॉडर्न स्कूल, एयरफोर्स स्कूल, एंड आई डोंट रिमेम्बर और कौन कौन से थे. तो सब जगह घूम घूम के फॉर्म लिया, भरा, जमा किया. तो thankfully they didn't ask for parent signatures and all in those forms. So things were much
But
easier.
that's what I'm asking is कि उससे बेटर रिसर्च क्या हो सकती है कि तुम एक्चुअल स्कूल विजिट करके आए, तुमने दिल्ली देख लिया, तुमने फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट टाउन. फॉर एनीवन इंटरनेट पे लोग वो घूम घूम के वो गूगल उसमें जाके देख लेते हैं, स्ट्रीट व्यू देख लेते हैं. डज दैट गिव यू अ फ्लेवर versus actually going into a town, smelling it, eating the food there, and seeing the people around.
I mean, there is a ton of difference. It's just कि given a choice, I would have probably wanted to do that research online, but वो options थे नहीं. Right?
तो
No,
अभी
Manish
तो अपने
also.
बच्चों के लिए वो वाला रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, and they are not interested, or are they also doing that?
नहीं, वो अपना रिसर्च खुद कर रहे हैं जो
ठीक है,
करते हैं.
लेट्स कम ऑन टू दैट बिकॉज वी आर ट्रैवर्सिंग योर स्टोरी. सो आईआईटी तूने करी, और आईआईटी के बाद तू व्हाट डिड यू डू? ऑफ कोर्स आई
तो
नो,
आईआईटी
बट
के बाद सीधा सीधा एमबीए करने आ गया था.
No,
तो
Manish, just on that point, just if you look at all your journeys, I'm just thinking because we were on this point of decision making, why you do what you do. So, I mean, I don't know if you know of this, Gerard, there's this philosophy, he talks about thick desire and thin desire. So, you have your thick desire is something ki you intrinsically want to do something, and others are things which are just instrumental. So, maybe, so while doing all this Pilani, IIT, what was Manish Chaudhary's dreams? I mean, all this is instruments, IIT, Polo, DPS Polo. Where did you like crave for social recognition? Did you crave for a lot of money? Did you crave for, so what are your dreams like? I'm just trying to get put that into perspective.
सो एक्चुअली पे लुक बैक मेरे को ऐसे कुछ ध्यान नहीं आ रहा कि क्या ड्रीम्स थे, बट इट वाज मोर कि हाँ, जो भी करो बेस्ट करो जो बेस्ट पॉसिबल है. सो दैट वाज वन मेजर ड्राइवर आई वुड से टू मूव टू दिल्ली कि पिलानी में यू डिडंट get that kind of so you had a wonderful school, you had wonderful friends around you and so on, but you didn't have that competitive environment. So that was one key driver to move to Delhi. और फिर ये था जैसे मैंने कहा कि अभी मेडिकल भी करनी है, तो वो एक समवेयर दिमाग में था कि यार एम्स से करें तो बेटर है, नहीं तो फिर और कहीं से नहीं करनी, फिर उससे अच्छा फिर आईआईटी में इंजीनियरिंग करते हैं.
So is it safe to say you are more on the next step? Ki it should be the best of whatever you want to do. You want to do in the best of what is available. So I mean that
बेस्ट पॉसिबल
best
समवेयर.
possible IIT.
हाँ
So I suspect IIT के बाद भी if MBA करनी है तो IMC करनी है. If you had got something else, maybe you wouldn't have
हाँ
joined. Is
हाँ,
that
नहीं
a
तो
rational?
आई थिंक वन थिंग ऑल्सो इफ आई लुक बैक इट इज़ कि हाँ, एज फार एज पॉसिबल अपने ऑप्शंस को आई ट्राई टू कीप देम ओपन. सो आईआईटी के एंड में भी आई वाज डिवाइडेड कि अच्छा एमबीए करना है मेरे को या पीएचडी करनी है. तो आई वाज ऑन इन बोथ द बोर्ड्स. I filled up forms for PhD also to a number of US universities and so on. उधर से वो स्कॉलरशिप फेलोशिप वगैरह भी आ गए कि अच्छा आ जाओ पीएचडी करने के लिए, बिकॉज माइन वाज अ मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम, तो वी कुड गेट एडमिशन डायरेक्टली टू अ पीएचडी प्रोग्राम. समवेयर इट वाज कि अच्छा मास्टर्स थीसिस जब किया तो समझ आया कि यार नहीं, और रिसर्च नहीं कर सकते अभी, यू हैव टू गेट इनटू एप्लीकेशन. तो फिर
So,
साथ में कैट
so
भी दिया था.
is this something you kind of regret or something? Because again, I don't know, maybe regret is a strong word. Because when I look back at myself, अभी IIM में I was exactly the same. पता नहीं था क्या करना है, इसलिए सब कुछ कर लिया. Finance, if I mean I don't know if Manish, I did finance, I did marketing, because पता नहीं था क्या करना है. So then you keep all your options open. But sometimes maybe it's better कि you have that one thing, ये करना ही करना है. Like a lot
हाँ,
of
तो अगर
people
वो
they
वन
say
थिंग
कि
की
मुझे McKinsey में
क्लैरिटी
जाना
अगर
है.
है तो इट्स गुड. सो देर इज वन वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग दिस थिंग, आई फॉरगेट हु द ऑथर इज, बट देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज अ कैरियर आइडेंटिटी, वेयर यू डिसाइड कि अच्छा मेरे को ये करना है. And there are people on different spectrums of career identity, that you have chosen a career, whether you have chosen it just like that or you have chosen it with enough research. There are people who keep researching but don't choose. There are people who choose without any research and so on. So एक 2 by 2 matrix है on where you are in terms of your
So
have you researched it
if you
enough. And
if you have the reference of the book or the article, please share it in the show notes of the. There are show
अच्छा
notes in the episode. You're
ओके,
mute, Mix.
Yeah, no, we'll put it. We'll put it.
तो वो
Chao, मेरा एक question
आइडेंटिटी
है.
जो है
You
वो
were saying
सिक्योर
कि
होती है.
everyone has. I mean, is it good to have that identity when you're 18 or 20
नहीं, एक्चुअली
on what you want to do?
that's what I've learned.
Because some of us are still searching for what
Correct.
people define as identity. What's identity? What's career? And we are searching for career. Some of us has found it. A lot of us and I say us is like some close friends who have been in the same career for like 2 decades and more are not happy, but they're making money, so they're like they can't quit.
Hmm.
So that's why I question identity.
हाँ, so उसका मेरे को मिल नहीं रहा चार्ट,
I
बट
think maybe identity is a slightly more
Yeah,
philosophical
yeah, we'll
term
put
to
the
say
हाँ,
what
chart.
is my identity.
You talk through the chart. We'll put the chart.
Okay, identity is a very strong word, but I mean, at least you know what you. I mean, maybe it's a lot of times we give a lot of importance to this. I mean, again, yeah, Suru se I don't know if I told you earlier. I always this has been the story of my life. Everybody has been telling me कि ये सबसे important point है तुम्हारे life का. 12th is very important point. ये decision जिंदगी भर affect करेगा. IIM में job तुम पहला select करोगे, that decision जिंदगी भर affect करेगा. And now you realize कोई भी decision, in fact शादी का भी decision जिंदगी भर नहीं affect करता. So no decision is that important if you look at post facto. So really, I mean, today at least the way I play, ki, well, you just commit yourself to one thing, and it may be wrong, right? Whatever it is, but at least it's always good to be committed to one thing as a next step.
yeah.
ये
So
करना ही
let
करना है.
me
Do it well.
present that.
Do it. Do whatever you're doing. Do it well. Whatever you believe in, do it well. And if it turns out to be something different that you want to do, pause and do something else well. Okay, what is it? Decision exploration. समझा
So
हमको
this is
क्या?
two axes on decision and exploration.
Okay.
Uh,
What does that?
and
What does decision and exploration mean?
so basically, you are whether you have decided what you want to be,
Okay.
and you are exploring options. So these are four quadrants where a person
So
can
why
be.
would if I'm still exploring options, then wouldn't I be zero on decision? Why is there a green quadrant here? I can't be deciding if I'm still exploring.
So it's not whether you are exploring; it is how much I would say effort or depth you have put in the exploration. So it's that
तो इसमें जो हाई हाई
scale.
मैट्रिक्स है, अगर जो
हाँ, हाई हाई है उसमें कि यू
जैसे
हैव
आशीष बोल
एक्सप्लोर्ड
रहा
इनफ.
था कि शादी के मामले में कि बेसिकली शादी फिक्स हो गई है, लेकिन आप रिसेप्शन के दिन पे भी देख रहे हो कि यार कोई लड़की की दोस्त मिल जाए.
अपनी स्टोरी बता रहा है, मिक्स लेके अपनी स्टोरी बता रहा
मेरी तो बिल्कुल स्टोरी ऐसी नहीं है यार.
है. ये क्यों ऐसे कुछ anyway,
मतलब
keeping
So
decision, keeping
is that
options
a
open,
good
keeping options
thing?
open.
Sufficient exploration with decision.
so ये जो है मतलब each of these quadrants has a specific name which is not there in this, but it has a specific category description. The whole idea is that none of these are wrong states to be in, and obviously you want to move to the top right uh, in some form, but there
Do
are
you?
people who are
यार
like
हर
20
चीज में
years
टॉप
into
राइट
their
होता है,
career.
मुझे नहीं लग रहा कि यहाँ पे टॉप राइट इज द अल्टीमेट स्टेट टू बी इन.
So top right is the ultimate state to be, but there's no
It
right
can't be.
time to be
You
there.
can't keep exploring if you have got a decision. Actually, the top left, actually the extreme left, is the
Hmm.
ultimate state to be in this quadrant, in my opinion. You need a decision and stop
Huh.
exploring anymore.
So the idea is that you don't continue to explore. As I said, the bottom axis is not whether you are still exploring. It is whether you have sufficiently explored to arrive at that decision meaningfully.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll give an example. So the top left that you see, premature decision without exploring options. These are a typical example of that would be okay. My mom was a teacher,
Yeah.
hence I want to become a teacher,
Love at first sight. This is love at first sight, basically.
right? So I don't even know what other options are there. It's already decided since the child is too young कि हाँ मेरे को तो टीचर ही बनना है.
जैसे मम्मी पापा डॉक्टर है और मेरे को भी डॉक्टर बनना है, बट मेरे को तो
Correct.
इंजीनियर बनना है.
So that is there, and then you have the bottom right, which is like कि हाँ सब कुछ देखते जाओ पता नहीं क्या करना है, बट हाँ कुछ करते जा रहे हैं. So I would say I am in some form in that
Yeah.
yellow bucket कि हाँ करते जाओ, and that's probably one of the reasons of different pivots, आशीष, that you talked about कि हाँ किसमें डीप जाना है मालूम नहीं, बट हाँ सब कुछ करना है.
So, do you feel कि obviously it leads to a state of being like a jack of all trades but a master of none? सब कुछ कर लिया थोड़ा 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 थोड़ा, but कहीं पे भी डीप में, डू यू फील दैट? बिकॉज आई फील दैट विद माई सेल्फ क्वाइट अ लॉट, आई मीन दैट इज व्हाई आई एम रिफ्लेक्टिंग. You don't know क्या करना है, you don't, and more than you don't know क्या करना है, man, like Mick said, many of us don't know क्या करना है. It's a very common thing, most of us will not know, but at least, like, I mean, I've seen some people in our insti, for example, in placements, they were so committed कि भाई मुझे मैक या बीसीजी में जाना है, जो करेंगे लाइफ में सब उसके लिए करेंगे, which I respect, भले राइट और रॉन्ग. वेयर एज इट वाज मी, मुझे पता नहीं क्या करना है, तो बैंक में भी अप्लाई कर लिया, एफएमसीजी में भी अप्लाई कर लिया, कंसल्ट में भी अप्लाई कर लिया. आई वुड रादर, आई मीन, आई रिस्पेक्ट पीपल हु स्टिक कि भाई मुझे ये करना है, कम वॉट में मुझे यहीं जाना है, तो मैं उसके लिए साम दाम दंड भेद सब कुछ कर लूँगा टू गेट इनटू मैकिन्जी और बीसीजी और वॉट एवर दैट ड्रीम कंपनी इज. सो I don't know what is right or wrong, but I feel sometimes, at least for myself, I want to be more that way.
And I agree. If there is clarity, then obviously you can put much more effort behind it and so on. So, but for me somehow it has been कि हाँ एक ये समझ लो कॉन्फिडेंस था कि हाँ जो करना चाहेंगे कर लेंगे. एंड दैट समथिंग विच स्टडिंग एट IIT हेल्प्स पीपल डेवलप. आई बिलीव कि मतलब इन जनरल इंजीनियरिंग में वो कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है करके कि यार हाँ जो जो होगा कर ही लेंगे कुछ ना कुछ.
You're mute, Mix.
I think that whole thing about studying at IIT or studying in any good institution gets in you is कि यार सब लोग तोप हैं या 90% लोग तोप हैं. And then what's the worst that can happen? That's number one. And then number two is that you are also introduced to a lot of good choices that all these people are making, and then you flow in with one or two tides on that. So वहाँ पे which tide did you flow in, and I'm trying to reach how did you come into IIM? What were your
हाँ तो देखो,
options?
so as I said, options were either you do PhD or you do MBA. And these were largely the two choices. I was clear कि हाँ कुछ आगे पढ़ना है. I didn't want to get into job immediately. तो PhD और MBA दोनों ऑप्शन थे. MBA में मतलब being in a 5 year program, एक ही एडवांटेज था कि all my 4 year program वाले बैचमेट्स they had prepared for CAT a year earlier and I had seen their journey and so on. So it gave me reasonably good understanding of what CAT is and so on, and AIMS क्या हैं वगैरह. तो वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी, अवेयरनेस थी. और
So you consider batchmates as people you joined with, not people you graduated with.
करेक्ट.
Okay. So उन्होंने notes pass करे.
हाँ मतलब नोट्स तो क्या, कैट में तो क्या नोट्स बनाते हो, तो इट इज
No, so, just in all this Mancha we came till IIM etc. इसमें what is Mancha as a person? I mean, is it like you are making it sound more like that Three Idiots life की जिंदगी में कुछ किया ही नहीं, सिर्फ पढ़ते रहे पढ़ते रहे? Was it really like this, or was there
नहीं,
something else
which
to
idiot in the
Mancha?
Three Idiots are you talking about?
जो whole
There
लोग
are
इमेज
three
बनाते हैं
different
ना क्या?
three personalities.
नहीं, इट इज नॉट द थ्री इडियट्स. उसमें कौन सा गाना है ना, बचपन भी गया जवानी भी गई, वो क्या गाना है ना, आई मीन मंचा इज मेकिंग हिज लाइफ साउंड मोर लाइक दिस नाउ. सो बाकी यू टॉक्ड अबाउट गर्ल्स इन डीपीएस, यू टॉक, सो और क्या लाइफ में व्हाट वाज फन फॉर यू, व्हाट वाज मंचा ऑफ दैट साइड?
so fun, I would say. So coming to Delhi introduced me to a lot of variety of food, so I became a foodie, really trying out everything which Delhi had to offer. Okay. And मतलब because we were
So given that you had so many girls in DPS, now you didn't use your philosophy there. इसमें भी करेंगे तो जो best ही करेंगे. You said that you want to
नहीं,
do the best
वो
in
वो
whatever
क्या,
you
वो
want to do.
दिल्ली की लड़कियां जो है वो एक अलग लेवल की होती
अलग
क्या
लेवल
बात
के.
है? So
हैं.
I was just extending that same philosophy there कि करेंगे वो best, इसे best करेंगे. तो
तो
sorry, so you were foodie, you said, yeah.
हाँ, so developed a lot of I would say love for food. So that was one thing. So we did so many things trying to hunt for good food. We had a few of us. We crashed into weddings nearby. We just to have good food there. तो बहुत कुछ ऐसी हरकतें करी हमने. और ढाबे वगैरह तो थे ही, खैर दिल्ली के फेमस ढाबाज वर देयर.
But would
So
you
Yeah,
tell
तुम्हारा
that
IIT
Manchav?
Delhi में ढाबा was quite good. I remember even from DU, I used to come into the IIT Delhi dhaba occasionally once a month.
uh,
बाकी 29 days we had other choices, but yeah, it wasn't bad.
But
so
would you?
food choices were good. IT hostel food was not so great, of course. That's part of the training for life that they set you up for. But yes, people who survive that hostel food, then they can live anywhere in the world. That's the
Would
thesis.
you compare, just for my understanding, how would you compare IITD hostel food versus IMB mess hostel food without extras?
So I would say on a if you look at on a 10-point scale, if IMB food was a 9, IITD food would be about 2.
Acha, okay, okay. So I rate IMB food, despite all my respects for hostel food, at a 6. So IIT food would be at a 1 or less, right? Okay, okay. And you, but you had a dhaba which had great food. So basically, that was the extra mess.
Extra
Um,
mess. Yeah.
मम्मी पापा से बोलना पड़ता था कि I need more money.
So I learned a lot of financial planning that time because you didn't have the ability to get money every month and so on, right? You got like in the beginning of the year for the year. So I remember I used to make fixed deposits with the bank कि हर महीने ये FD उठेगी इतनी अमाउंट की because I had to pay
At
the
that age,
mess.
at that age.
हाँ मतलब वो किया था.
Wow.
So
I think that's
काफी
like a great learning at like when
diligently
you're
पैसा
like
रखा.
20 or whatever 18. I'm sure people are doing it earlier now. आजकल की generation तो बहुत ही सियानी है. But
Hmm.
I mean, I can only compare with people that I know and mainly about myself is कि यार मेरे को तो ये सब लेट 20s में जाके या अर्ली 30s में जाके पता चली और पता नहीं अभी भी पता चली या नहीं पता चली but
And वो नीड की बात है ना. If you are you're not in that situation, so as you get
right.
into the situations you learn.
So you got in, people were doing cat and you somehow got into IMs and whatever. उसके आगे बता.
हाँ तो IIM आ गए उसके बाद तो you know about what
Yeah,
IIM is. So
I think. Yeah.
Bangalore was the first very interesting input for me from Delhi. So I remember again at Bangalore, I had come alone. So even in Delhi, when I joined IT Delhi, my parents had not come to drop me there or help me settle in. Same happened in Bangalore. अपने आप आ गए थे सामान वामान लेके. I had a friend from Pilani whom I figured was staying in Bangalore. Then I called him कि मैं बैंगलोर आ रहा हूँ. मैं कहा आजा. फिर स्टेशन से उसके घर गए. उसके घर सामान रख के वो फिर नियरेस्ट पब में ले गया कि बैंगलोर आया चल कैंपस जाने से पहले तेरे को पब लेके जाता हूँ. तो went there, then he dropped me to campus and obviously made lots of friends there.
Yeah, I think
Very
we know a
interesting two
lot of
years.
we know a lot of Manchav in Bangalore. I mean, whatever we know that. So you have given us this preview. Maybe I would, since again I think I'm just looking at time, and I was very curious on one main pivot in your life. So maybe I want to jump straight ahead to your life, that pivot from the salaried person to the entrepreneur, because that is always like that main pivot. And you mentioned when we kind of stopped you at the beginning, that you were at a stage where you were in tally when you said that you had some key things in your mind about maybe which you're not able to do in tally. And so maybe that's a sense after hearing all this your story so far. I think that I don't know if it's true that this is the first time in your life that you had some intrinsic inner thing कि मुझे अब ये करना है rather than कि. So was that something which pivoted you to from a
So
salary
I
to
think that
a
was
entrepreneurship?
that was there. There was a strong desire, I would say, to be an entrepreneur for quite some time. So a number of roles which I had prior to this, right, in Infosys when we were setting up a new practice, then part of it in the Apollo Hospitals subsidiary also, and then in Tally when I was running the education business. These were all what I call as different degrees of entrepreneur kind of experiences where you are building a business but for someone else. And there was one urge that okay, you should build something of your own. So that is one part. And of course there was a trigger कि हाँ ये कुछ करना है इस तरह का, ये कर सकते हैं. I think one key driver was that when you decide कि हाँ ये करना है, you spend the longest possible time trying to get to that decision कि हाँ अब कर लेते हैं, because getting the monthly salary is a huge addiction. Even imagining that it will stop coming is a difficult decision. And
So at
for
that
us,
point, you'd always had a monthly salary. You were like, when you started your entrepreneurship,
so I didn't have a monthly salary in the 6-8 month break which I took
right?
before Tally,
But
right?
you were addicted to like 10, 15 years, etc. of monthly salary.
Correct.
Since I
And
am.
and I think that 6 to 8 months period when I didn't get a monthly salary regularly kind of prepared me, I would say, partially for that journey, because then I could imagine life without having that regular dose of dopamine hitting your account, right? So that is there. But so I attended a couple of landmark programs also, and just a lot of internal reflection and so on. And it was ki if I look back at the sum total of different parts of my career journey, what are they kind of pointing towards? तो फिर वो था कि हाँ, they are driving you towards an entrepreneur journey. And then what the landmark program helped me understand is कि नहीं, मतलब it's all in the mind कि हाँ, am I still ready or not ready, because you'll never be ready. So then you have to just.
So what was in this landmark program? What were the top two things or three things? Okay, why are you an entrepreneur?
So it was more self-reflection kind of. So it's a worldwide group. I don't know if you're aware of them, but they conduct a 3-day landmark forum program. It runs from morning till night, and the whole idea is it just helps you reflect back on everything which has happened, uh, create a safe space for people to share, people to learn from one another, and so on. And it's a very well structured program. And then there are different levels that you do one after the other. But it forces you to think, forces you to reflect, kind of identify what is blocking you, what is stopping you from doing what you would have wanted to do, and enable you in that direction. So it kind of helped me take that decision, that leap of faith कि हाँ अभी कुछ करते हैं, फिर क्या करते हैं. It was a some time to figure that out कि अच्छा क्या करना है. And as I said, that part
Just
of the
Mancha,
problem
sorry,
statement was there.
sorry. On that, just one point again. Sorry to interrupt again, because this is one thing which again I struggle a lot on, and maybe Migs also is from the venture space. So these days, entrepreneurship has become very glamorous. So I hear a lot of people around me saying, "अरे कुछ करते हैं." Same thing. ना कुछ करते हैं. So really, one thing which I struggle is being an entrepreneur for the sake of itself. कि हाँ भाई कुछ करना है खुद का तो चलो कुछ करते हैं. That is one thing. Or is it something कि you believe in something, you do that. Now you believe in a problem, you believe in
It's
doing
a
something.
combination of
What
both.
comes first?
No, it's a combination of both. एक है कि हाँ आप कुछ specific करना चाहते हो, you are looking to solve a certain problem or work in something. And uh, a lot of times the answer is कि अच्छा मेरे को इसमें करना है, इसमें बेस्ट काम कौन कर रहा है, let me go work with them. A lot of people take that decision. And for me I think it was a combination कि हाँ कुछ अपना भी करना है was a driver, और जो आप करना चाह रहे हो उसमें कोई और कर नहीं रहा. तो इट अपियर्ड एज अ रीजनेबली वाइट स्पेस कि हाँ इसकी नीड है, कोई और कर नहीं रहा, जिस तरह से
इसके बारे में
मार्केट
बता
में एड्रेस.
चाओ चाओ टेल अस नीड है कौन सी क्या नीड थी और किसके बारे में कोई नहीं कर रहा टेल अस मोर अबाउट दैट
Okay. So I would say a way to look at it was, so the way we looked at it, me and my co-founder, were कि there are uh, a lot of issues which people deal with in their midlife and so on have their genesis to their childhood experiences. And most experiences are typically tailored by the time the people enter teenage. उससे पहले ही number of major life incidents tend to happen which kind of define who you are as a person. तो उसके बाद आप जितना आगे बढ़ते जाते हो, यू कीप बिल्डिंग लेयर्स ऑन टॉप ऑफ दैट एंड काइंड ऑफ सॉलिडिफाई दैट पर्सनालिटी as you grow. So the idea was that okay, there are so many people who can have a very different journey in life if they kind of get intervention much earlier. So that was one thing which at least I felt was a मेजर थिंग कि हाँ यहाँ हम अगर कुछ जो बोलते हैं ना, देयर इज दिस मूवी जब वी मेट वेयर जैसे कि जिंदगी रेल की पटरी की तरह जरा सी खिसकाओ तो आप कहीं और चले गए. When people are just starting getting into their career, can you give a slight nudge to that which changes the trajectory materially? That's the
Right.
best time to make that nudge.
But from what I understand, you're into teenage mental health. तो वो कैसे ये वाला आइडिया उसमें कैसे पहुंचा?
हाँ, तो when we started working with the college students because that was the age group where we said that this is where people are entering career. And as we were working on that, immediately, I think within 3 months of when we started, the pandemic hit. COVID was the latest news in town in 2020, and lot of action everywhere. The entire educational system shut down, decision making shut down, all colleges closed, and so on. So things went online. Everyone was trying to figure out अभी कैसे पढ़ाना है, क्या करना है, and so on. And that's where we were also struggling with that. We worked a lot with colleges. As we proceeded further in that journey, we figured कि actual habit forming age is even younger. So जब तक आप कॉलेज जा रहे हो, you have already developed a lot of habits. So the impact that you can make when you are moving the needle for someone when they are 14 years, 15 years old, and so on, is much much higher. And me and my co-founder both had teenager kids, so we could see क्या क्या ये लोग मिस कर रहे हैं, which they will probably realize 20 years into their career कि अरे ये चीज़ अपन ने पहले सीखी होती तो कितना अच्छा होता, which we also realized after so long in the industry. So the idea is कि okay, if you can do that earlier, why not do that and contribute to the 5 trillion to 10 trillion wali journey, which will happen when this population gets to working age.
So you mentioned your co-founder a couple of times. So can you take me through that journey of how did that? So you mentioned also that you were having this landmark program, so you wanted to do something on your own. Can you detail a bit on that journey to why co-founder, whether it was a accident or you knew it? How did that happen? The formation of the
So,
company.
so my co-founder and I were batchmates at IIT. So we have known each other almost 30 years now, and he has been a serial entrepreneur, to ventures before this, and been an executive coach. So I think part of the convergence was as an executive coach to senior and mid-level executives. He was seeing the same thing that when people get there in their 40s, it's like कि अच्छा अभी क्या करना है मालूम नहीं. And then when you start peeling the layers, you again get to that same age कि अच्छा वहाँ से सब कुछ शुरू हो रहा है. तो that's where he was also feeling कि अच्छा उस टाइम में कोई कुछ क्यों नहीं कर रहा.
I was asking, was he like always a friend you were in touch with? You discuss these problems. I'm just trying to get into this because it's almost like
हाँ
marriage, right? Because finding a co-founder is very important, right? Co-founder is very important in any
हाँ नहीं,
business.
so it is something that we kept talking. He had been thinking about it for quite some time. He knew that I was planning to move out of Delhi and figuring out how to start something. And that's where then we kind of brainstormed and figured कि अच्छा ये करते हैं.
So actually, I was asking nearly the same question. So you've known him since what, 95 or something like that?
93 onwards,
93 onwards. And when did you start your co-founding? Technically,
2020.
2020. So 27 years you knew him. Probably a lot of years well, some years in touch, as you've already said. So he knew when you were living at Tally. So you've been in touch for 20 plus years. That's a huge time. That's a long, 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 long time. And do you have other co-founders who are also that you've known for that
So,
time, or
so
not just
we
senior
then we brought
management?
in, so we brought in another co-founder for who leads our solution. So he is again IT Delhi Computer Science, 1 year our junior, graduated same year as us. So he was in the same hostel as my co-founder. So they have known each other about 30 years. So
Actually, I,
in
I, I
IIT,
really, out of total curiosity, I want to ask you. There's like an open question. Is after 27, 28 years, 1 year my senior, 1 year my junior, does that even make sense anymore?
no, so it is. See, in IIT, who are the people whom you know well? You know well people of your batch or people of your hostel.
Right, right.
So, like there are about 327 kids in our batch. So, you know them. Among those, you know people in your department well. You know people in your hostel, and then within your hostel, you know your seniors and juniors. So that's
So
broadly
it
the
is more a
spectrum.
referencing. It is more a referencing mix. It is not that 1 year junior in that sense that he is lesser or is. It's more just a
Right,
Yeah.
reference.
right.
It's a fact.
Got it. Got it.
So it's just that my co-founder was in the same hostel, so they knew each other well. I didn't know him well because I didn't. I never had an opportunity to interact with him while at IIT.
Got it. So the three of you co-founded it,
Yeah. So
and you
he
were in the
joined a little later. Then
same
we
ideal
had brought in
hostel.
another person from IIT Kanpur, recent grad. I think he's passed out about 4 or 5 years ago. So there are four co-founders totally.
Right, right. So I'm just trying to picture this together. Is there were four of you, broadly, not in the same class, definitely, but grew up together 30 years ago, 25 years ago, kind of kept in touch, not necessarily on a daily basis, but over the times you grow towards a similar need point, and that need, whether it's teenage mental health or whatever, you converged on that, and that's how you started. That's my mental picture that I'm building on this.
Yeah, so we I think largely correct. So me and my co-founder incorporated the company and we started. And as we were building it, then we're thinking, okay, who are the best people for these specific roles? And then thoughts came to mind and kind of got the right people in.
Mm.
So the person 1 year our junior, he is a computer science graduate, but extremely deep in psychology. Worked for a number of years with Cisco and all, and then he said that okay, no, I don't want to do computer science anymore. I want to do full time psychology. Got into that, uh, left Cisco,
So
and been working in that
I'm
space for now.
since we are talking a lot of the name of your company is Peak Mind, right? So do
Peak
you
mind.
want to kind of give a 2 minute plug-in to our 1 million listeners, million plus listeners, as they could be your future customers, investors? Here's an opportunity for you to kind of plug in for 2 minutes to wrap up. What does it do, and where can they go for more details?
Sure. PeakMind, it has evolved over the last 3 4 years, and the shape it is in now is basically it's a digital platform with a fair degree of AI support because you that's there in the market right now. The idea is to help protect and improve mental health, well-being, and performance of students, of learners. We focus on the student segment, primarily age groups from 13 to 25 is the segment that we operate in. The solution, of course, is extensible to other parts of the population as well, but we have chosen to operate in this segment, just going deeper into it. Primarily work with institutions, uh, coaching institutions, test prep, schools, colleges, universities. Served about almost 100,000 students till now, and this year again we are looking to add maybe another 150,000 students to our portfolio. We don't do B2C yet. For a period as we mature, we'll probably look at offering that. Right now, we operate primarily through institutions.
So, Chow, if I might go back to why you started it and where you are currently, what's the biggest reason that connects uh, the benefit or the impact to the end user, in this case teenage kids, and what is the biggest KPI that you are tracking, why you're successful if you are?
Okay. So, so the biggest benefit which students see are two, threefold. So there is everyone is somewhere on the bell curve of mental health, their own mental health, right? They could be at extremes where they actually require clinical help, or they could be at an extreme of total well-being कि अच्छा सब चंगा है, कुछ नहीं चल रहा, कोई इशू नहीं है लाइफ में. And there are most of the people are in between. So what we figured is a lot of that dissonance in life comes from specific psychological strengths, which either are not learnt well or not applied well. So we divided it into five broad skill categories. We call them prime skills. There are skills around P standing for productivity, R for resilience, I for intellect or learning ability, and so on. M for mindfulness, and E for emotional well-being. So you have these, and of course, under productivity, you have subsets like time management, managing distractions, and so on. So there's a whole suite of skills which exist for each of these, and not being able to deploy them well in your life actually results in various outcomes, either stress and anxiety or backlogs. In case of test prep students, backlogs is one of the biggest problems. And being able to manage conflicts on your time, conflicts on. So, what the students are tracking right now is their improvement levels across certain metrics on how well they are able to manage their time. Are they able to kind of catch up on what their backlogs were? Are they able to study better? So it's so some of them are kind of abstract metrics which the students self-report. Okay, 70% of the students say that okay now they are able to manage their time better, and so on. And then you have specific tangible metrics. So we have one assessment which we call as the compete quotient, which is the ability measure of competitive strengths. So has your compete quotient moved up over a period, or has your well-being index moved further? Those are some metrics which, as an institution, you can make move the needle.
And have you been moving the needle?
Yes, so there are multiple touch points here. A, helping the institution discover what are the specific aspects where they are weak. So you have, if someone, if you measure across three different institutions the compete quotient score, it gives a good picture. Okay, what are the blind spots within this institution as a whole, and then they can arrive at specific interventions. That okay, I need to, let's say, help my students develop this skill better or this strength better. So they are sufficiently productive but they are not resilient enough. So how do you develop that resilience? So it helps the institutions mature, it helps the students understand where they are struggling and what is the delta improvement they can do other than just studying more. You should study more is something which everyone tells them कि okay और पढ़ाई करो जितनी ज़्यादा पढ़ाई कर सकते हो. But what can you do other than just putting in more of whatever you are already doing?
Given that, Manchav, you are now a parent of a 19-year-old and now you are in the area. So, what are your two, three tips for parents of to be teens or young teens? What do you see most of the parents faltering in today?
So तू बता, मतलब you're ahead of the curve, so just to put it in perspective.
So one of the things that we have been learning as matlab, through our own experiences, and now we conduct as part of Peak Mind some sessions for parents also, is basically helping them discover their own parenting style. So there are like 4 or 5 different distinct parenting styles which exist through kind of collated through research. And once you see them, you will be able to put yourself in one of those buckets, and almost everyone around you, you will be able to put them in one of those buckets. So these are 4 broad parenting types, and they are fairly self-explanatory if you see. And it's not key any of them is right or wrong. The authoritative is what people say is the most desirable state. In wanting to be authoritative, a lot of people end up being authoritarian, is where that boundary shifts to slight negative. So
So what's
if
good? Is this a single linear scale
no,
on that the left is good and right is bad, or the right is good and the left is bad?
हाँ मतलब if you look at it, leftmost is the most desirable state to be in.
Is it? Okay.
Okay, where you are helping the child grow sufficiently and still be supportive, have clear rules and so on.
अब तूने चाओ you've done MBA, so 2 by 2 में डाल के बता.
ये
That's
तो
expectation and supportiveness का mix है. We can make it a 2 by 2 on.
So have your
just
co-founders also done an MBA?
No,
नहीं,
I am the
तो इसीलिए
only
तुम्हारा ये
embryo.
सिंगल लीनियर स्केल है, तुमने 2 by 2 में नहीं डाला.
Just Mancha, just curious on this point. Supportive is a very interesting because again I struggle. What is everybody thinks they're supportive. I think it's what do you mean by supportive or unsupportive? I don't think any parent will say कि I am unsupportive or would like to be unsupportive. I'll put it this way. So what
Huh,
exactly?
so
Can you give an example?
So it's difficult to explain, but a way to look at it is how much are you helping the child be? So the child, they are wanting to be something, you are supporting them to be that, versus you are not even kind of wanting to understand what the child really wants, you are telling them what they should be. I think that's the broad, I would say, difference between
So is
being
this
supportive.
supportive not from a parent's perspective, but from what the child thinks?
So there is basically being able to guide the child versus being able to kind of impose on the child, right?
So I'll give you an example. There's a
Mm-hmm.
parent who thinks, actually there are two parents. Both parents thinks, like he was saying, कि हम supportive हैं.
Mm-hmm.
One parent is being supportive by actually guiding the child कि ये करो, ये करो, ये करो, ये करो, ये. The other person thinks कि I am being supportive. The child कि बेटा टीवी देख लो, जो करना है करो. I am being supportive of you. Who is being more
No, no.
supportive?
So that is what will come in the permissive or uninvolved category.
Right. मैं इसीलिए बोल रहा था 2 by 2 बनाना चाहिए था ना. ठीक है. I think your next slide that was quite informative.
Huh. So this basically helps understand ki what each of these behaviors, what is the impact it has on the child.
Right. And so basically, the uninvolved is has the lowest involved, of course, but authoritarian is so it's like a bell curve, right? Is that what you're trying
Yes.
to say here, or differently?
I suspect if you ask most of the teenage kids what parenting style they would want uninvolved. This would be their choice, I think,
I know, I know.
from a child's perspective.
See, which is why I was asking that. I think even from a child's perspective, it depends on the age of the child.
Yeah.
So if you
Suspect if
have
I
children
ask
in the
my
age
daughter,
of 15, 16, 17, then they absolutely want uninvolved.
Correct. But what happens is if you have grown in that environment, so for example, in an authoritative environment, then you have already developed those habits. So I'll give an example. Yeah, so one of my son's friends, he is so particular. कि if he tells his parents that I'll be back at 8 o'clock, he will be back at 8 o'clock. Whereas there are others, including my son, he says I'll be back at 8 o'clock.
तू
It
अपने
is
अपने हिसाब से
very
बोल रहा है कि
flexible.
यार मेरा बेटा नहीं आता है और तू उसको एग्जाम्पल आई एम श्योर देता है कि वो देखो वो वाला शर्मा जी का लड़का आता है वापस 8
हाँ,
o'clock.
शर्मा जी का लड़का आता है, right? But what I'm saying is, if that behavior starts now when the child is 15, 16, it can't happen. This behavior is kind of what the child grows up in.
So tell me, actually, what's your learning, or for parents like us, like Ashish, his kids are teenagers, my kids are about to be teenagers. Some people say whatever they grow up, they will believe that when they are teenagers,
Hmm.
right? Like whoever this XYZ Sharma ji ka ladka. And some people say that abhi agar itna structure डालोगे,
Hmm.
those are the people जो सबसे ज्यादा रिबेल करेंगे.
हाँ,
What
so
does
it
your
has to be a balance, right? So you
नहीं, वो तो एकदम ज्ञान हो गया कि यार ये तो
हाँ.
बैलेंस होना चाहिए, बट वेट इज दैट बैलेंस?
See, it obviously varies family to family, but what we have seen in the formative years, जो early years हैं, let's say 3 to 10, 12 type का age जो है, that is where you kind of set the mold for the person, for the child as a person.
Okay.
उसमें there is respect for rules, there is sufficient awareness to the child that they are loved and valued no matter what happens.
3
and
to
so
8,
on.
right?
3 to 12 is kind of the outer limit before they get into teenagers, but yeah, 3 to 10 is the broad spectrum. Below 3 is like कुछ ऐसे याद नहीं रहता, but the broad idea of knowing this is just to understand what your own behavior is and be able to suitably change that. So one of the things which we saw, for example, working with parents of test prep students, right? So they are trying to be helpful, but at the same time, in trying to be helpful, they are actually ending up harming the child. So they don't even realize it till
How?
it kind of gets pointed out to them, because there's up to a certain degree that you can push the child. There's a certain optimum degree of stress that you should create, not beyond that. So sometimes you end up having a lot of wrong comparisons, again, which pushes people in a different direction, not understanding what the child is going through or dealing with, and continuing to go down your path is again something which ends up happening. So in our surveys with test prep students, for example, the single biggest source of their stress is parental expectations or similar words.
बट यार इसके लिए सोर्स सर्वे करने की क्या जरूरत थी? मतलब वी ऑल नो फ्रॉम आवर चाइल्डहुड, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ यू नो, आई विल probably very soon know, is that teenage kids, the biggest source of stress is parents.
No.
So what does that add more value?
So this was more on the among the test prep students जो competitive exam journey में हैं, उनके stress levels अलग हैं as compared to normal teenagers. What we have seen, there is 3 to 4x higher propensity of what is clinically stressed among the test prep students compared to teenagers who are not in that journey. And within that, one of the major stress factors is managing expectations.
I have a
So
sense
those expectations can be from
this-
parents, they could be from teachers, from society, or wherever. That's one of the biggest things that they deal with.
I have a sense this topic can be a separate podcast episode in itself, because it's a
Yes.
very detailed and I think very relatable. So maybe it's like an idea for you guys to have it like a separate episode. But now, I mean, just as a closing, because I'm conscious we are already running about time. I had just one question, very simple one, I think, because I always like to ask people, what are the 2-3 top content pieces which you really like today? Which books which have influenced you? Films? What today? Like you would like to tell everyone, boss, read this or watch this.
Read this or watch this.
Whatever it is. what has really influenced you, or do you, whatever it could be, recently any movie you have watched, read some book you have read, or childhood may some books really, like for me, this book called Cool. I don't know how many of you have read it. It's really stayed in my mind, and it's
So I,
stuck
I
in my
used to
mind.
read a lot in school, and nothing in particular. Read a lot of fiction, lot of Hindi fiction, also things like Premchand and all. I think one of the things which have been reading recently a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but still reasonably, is reading Gita, reading some of the religious texts and so on. More in the context of current reality. So the surprising thing is that maybe it's our own lens through which we look at it, but you end up uh, kind of learning new things every time you read it. So even if you've read it earlier, every time you read it again, you figure out something different. That's
I,
one thing which I would say is something everyone should do. Uh, I've been reading a lot of these fiction stories around the epics, Ramayana and so on, where now they are being retold from the perspective of other characters, right?
Sita.
Ramayana told from the perspective of Sita, from the perspective of Lakshman, or Mahabharata told from the perspective of Duryodhan. If he was writing Mahabharata, how it
What is
would.
that? What is the author's name? Ashok Bankas. He who wrote Sita.
I forgot what
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy's
okay, I
name.
know it.
Huh.
I mean, I was really expecting you would say the movie 12th Fail, because I thought it will that will come from you anyway.
So,
This
was they give a very very different lens to something that we have grown up in and helps understand ki, okay. So one of the things which we learned in Landmark also, and it helps resonate here, is that there is no, I would say, reality. So reality is what happened, the incident that happened, but what really gets talked about is the story around it, the story that gets built around it, and uh, there's no right or wrong story. Each story is a point of view of somebody. So that's what uh, I've been learning. As I see that more in application, it becomes very difficult to explain to my teenage son, for example, ki, okay, what you are saying is your point of view, and it's not necessarily the right thing, but it's difficult for them to understand that. Yes, that is something which I have been imbibing more and more. Okay, whatever I know is my point of view and my story.
You've got late teenage sons, you've got early teen daughters, and I've got like soon to be or starting to be teen son and daughter, and we can keep having this discussion because I think that we are a certain generation. We can't understand this generation in the same
Yes,
way that I thought when I was at that age,
correct.
my parents couldn't understand me. So I just every time I have this, I can't understand you. I go back and think I couldn't
Yeah,
either, right? And the main thing for all of us is at that point to start to understand the next generation and understand why they are doing what they are doing. And to me, so one of the things, whether it's what's it called, frontier technology, AI, that's the buzzword nowadays. But
hmm,
any frontier technology, for us, frontier technology that we've grown up with in the last 10 or 15 years is Facebook. That's from 20 years ago. And nowadays it is ChatGPT and everything in between. Most of our kids, they have grown up with that technology as a given. But
yeah.
for us, it's not a given. It's like it's an add-on.
It's
And
an add-on versus, yeah.
yeah,
It's
that's the
the
bridge. That's the
digital
bridge.
first, huh,
I
digital
can't
native
understand.
kids versus analog native, right? That's the,
Exactly. You put it in the best words. I can't understand, even though I think I know what the bridge is. It's very difficult to cross that bridge, and to me,
yeah.
that's the main thing, and that's where I think we can close this session because it's
Yeah, and
been
I think just being
great.
being aware ki, हाँ, ये गैप है, ये गैप रहेगा, एंड जस्ट
बिल्कुल रहेगा, ये
being
गैप बिल्कुल
cognizant of
रहेगा.
it.
We can't cross it. Let us call it generational divide. Let us call it generational gap. Let us call it whatever. Let's try to reduce that, but let's also accept that it is what it is.
So yeah, I mean, so for me also, I don't want to now again add to this a lot, but yeah, I think what I really learned from this whole episode. So first of all, thank you, Manish, for really being sharing this story. For me, what you said at the last end is the accepting. If history is a point of view, what happened is also a point of view. It's a story where you are the observer. So even as a parent, I think what I realized is the biggest mistake which we make is my child, mera beta. That mera comes before that beta or beti. So it is always it's my, because it is my beta or my beti, he or she has to do in a certain way. It is not a individual person. So that is the biggest. The point of view is always yours. It's not the other point of view. In fact, something very interesting which I remember in this context is when we first came to UAE. I mentioned, and my daughter was maybe 8 or 9 years old. So I mentioned when I started driving, I told her, "Oh, in UAE we drive on the wrong side." She corrected me. It is not a wrong side. It is the other side. So I mean, what is right and wrong? So that really struck me. How kids at that age can be. So that is, since then I started like, what is right for you and wrong for me is again the point of view. So again, thanks a lot. It's very enjoyable for me, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. I have to be a bit formal.
It's a pleasure.
Perfect. Such a lovely episode.